welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra, and I'm going to be watching Outlander episode 3 today of season 5. Unfortunately, I don't have my Outlander watching buddy Ken with me. His back went out, so he couldn't come over. So hopefully he will be feeling better for episode 4. So just looking back at some of the highlights of episode 2, I think the major highlights were Stephen Bonnet is alive. I think we all knew that from episode 1, and probably from the whole idea that like evil can't die. But he was a pretty big jerk in last episode, but he's always a jerk. He blinded or cut somebody's nose and didn't take yield as an answer to the end of a duel. So he's back in the picture, and he was off somewhere at the end. Jamie is basically down in, I think he's in Hillsborough, dealing with the regulators, but the regulators are his friends, and then they don't kind of trust him because he's part of the English thing. So that's kind of a problem because he broke his friends out of jail, but they were kind of like, oh, you know, who are you going to fight for in the end? And Jamie was like, well, he'll know what to do. So you know, Jamie's in a tight squeeze here. I don't know what he's going to do. It's not the same as when he was trying to prevent Culloden and be on Stewart's side. It's a lot harder because Murdoch is the leader of the regulators, and Jamie has to make some kind of decision at some point. I don't know how he can keep, you know, having these things happen where the regulators escape. Then on Claire's side, she was making some penicillin because people in the 1700s have no penicillin. So she's gonna do that, and her and Bree had this little like, aren't you playing God talk? In the end, Claire does what she wants. She reeled in Marcelly to help her with autopsies because Marcelly's pretty good at butchering, and Marcelly has pretty much nothing else to do. And then Bree was off showing Roger how to hunt. And Roger can't really, he's got some eye problems. Plus, he's like a scholar from the 1970s, so it is not part of his wheelhouse, shall we say. So, I'm excited to see what happens in episode 3. So, let's get started. Oh, we didn't start with the opening. Nope. Making
What you came out to look for?
penicillin.
Now, I know what to look for. From an experiment? From a book?
From the future.
Perhaps. Seem to have.
Still want the drums. I think those would be great. Great. Why solo music? Oh yay, Jamie's home. Good. Don't like it when he's in a separate storyline. Rather him be with Claire.
Just went to the printer in Holmes Creek. Let me fetch a pen and some paper.
Uh-oh. What is he taking? Dude, you need to see what's on the other side of that paper.
Able men between the age of recruitment.
What's on the other side of the paper?
Have them print a dozen books.
Dude! Do I always need to see Marcelly carving up animals?
Is a life.
Yep.
The explosion at the jail.
That can't kill him. He's like the devil.
Bree doesn't know, does she?
No.
Yes, she does.
That's one small blessing.
Nope. She knows. Sorry, Claire.
I thought. Well, like,
It's gonna be Josiah. Or is it Kezia?
Josiah,
'Cause they're twins.
what are you
That's not Josiah, that's Kezia. Here's the other one. They're twins. That's Josiah.
Speak up, lad. I don't need to purchase your indenture.
Yep.
There's no cream on you.
Oh, good.
See home, do you care not?
I like this part of the book. Yay!
See, I saw his horse in the barn when I got my brother.
Yeah, be careful.
Captain.
Because there's a whole ton of crazy waiting for you. Oh, wait, that whole story about the kittens. Maybe that's how they'll put Adso in there. Yes! Look at the kitties. Oh my god. Baby kitties. Ooh! Dang! Man, she's one crazy lady.
Go away.
Keep looking.
Oh no, Mr. Beardsley's still there. Go up the ladder, Claire! Go up the ladder!
That smell.
Um,
Goat.
nope.
I don't smell nothing.
It's rotting dude. Go up the ladder, Claire. There's something disgusting up there. Jeez.
Husband. Don't go up there.
Yeah, 'cause you're hiding the dude you're torturing. Crazy lady. Do. I'm not quite dead. I'm not dead yet. What's this? Bam! Damn!
Jamie! Poor men must bleed for rich man's gold. And always will, eh?
Yeah, you say it, sister.
Your father has gone to his reward in heaven. Or he'd join you.
Uh-oh. Yep, she's gonna have her baby. She's got a baby.
Let me see her.
I don't really want to give this baby to you because you're crazy.
Beautiful baby girl.
What if she does something to it?
Without their blood.
I wish Jamie could travel through the stones. That would be awesome.
Me and them.
Then you can just go through the stones, live in the future. Well. Came to get some papers, leave with a baby.
I've goat's milk for the journey.
Will you pray for forgiveness?
Nope. Did he just blink twice? Did you say no?
May God forgive us.
Alright, that was Outlander episode 3, Free Will. And what an awesome episode. I really got into one of my favorite storylines in the book. Crazy storyline. So we met Josiah Beardsley a couple of, probably first episode with the tonsils. And then I was waiting to see whether they were going to go and do the Beardsley storyline or not, or whether they were just going to skip it. And they went there. So there was all the, they had to leave, blah, blah, blah. But the main chunk of the episode was them finding out that Josiah has an identical twin, Keziah or Kezi. And Kezi is deaf from being hit in the head too many times. And they're basically thieves because they both left the man that they're indentured to. Although Josiah is already someone that Jamie has basically given permission to live at Fraser's Ridge. So now they know about Kezi. And so the whole point is they're going to go get the certificates so that Jamie can buy them and they don't have to live with this horrible person anymore. But of course, I was waiting for this This storyline is just so funny because, well, it's not necessarily funny, it's actually quite disgusting. We run into Miss Beardsley. She's just been battered so bad that she's actually lost her mind and is holding her stroke-induced husband in a loft, and burning him and doing all sorts of torturous things to him instead of just killing him and letting him die. She wanted him to die slowly. The difference between the book and the show in this point was just the part where she had the baby in the cabin. Because what happens in the book is Jamie does shoot Mr. Beardsley. That does happen, and exactly like it did in the show. And Fanny goes with them to just join up with the militia, and they take the goats with them. At some point, Fanny goes off into the woods and has her baby because they don't know she's pregnant, and basically leaves the baby. So Fanny takes off in the middle of the night, and they just find this baby, and they realize it's half black. And we'll see if they do what's in the book for the baby. I'm not going to spoil that at the moment, and I hope I didn't spoil too much. But I mean, if you're watching the show along already and then you watch my review, I won't have spoiled anything. But every single part of that show was basically from the book. Almost the lines were basically from the book as well. So even Roger going to get the Finley boys, that's in the book too. So it's interesting they did this one little piece of the Finley boys, so they must be using them later to carry on with more of the story. But I really love this episode. I like it when Claire and Jamie are together. I like it when Bree and Roger are together. Wasn't much Bree and Roger in this, but oh yeah, and the last thing was Claire does talk to Jamie about the fact that she wants Bree and Roger, to go back to their own time, and because they'd be safer there, especially Jemmy. Problem is, we don't know if Jemmy can hear the stones yet, so they can't go anywhere until they can ask Jemmy if he hears the stones. So unfortunately, they have to stay in the 1700s in disease and high probability of infant mortality. So Claire really wants them to go back. Jamie is very torn. He wants them to stay. Of course he does. He just got his daughter back. He doesn't want them gone. Claire would stay, but he wants his grandson. He wants Bree. I mean, he's not very kind to Roger. You could see that. Roger knows he's not the biggest, he's not loved the most by Jamie, but, that's just the way it's going to be for a while. If the book is the map for this episode, we will see Fanny Beardsley again. I won't say when or what happens or how she shows up, but she's not gone from the storyline, at least not in the book. But she did abandon her baby, and being that it's a half-black baby in the 1700s, I don't think she really had much of a choice, because unfortunately they weren't going to have a very good life if she stayed and raised the baby on her own. So we'll see what happens with Jamie and Claire and the cute little baby, and see what they come up with. If it's the book, I already know, but and they showed the kittens. I was hoping that this is where they brought Adzo in. I'm not sure if they're going to do the same storyline in the book as they do in the show for Adzo. And most of you who are true Outlander fans will know that Adzo is a kitten, and he's going to be coming up in this season. They've had photos with the cast with this cute, adorable gray kitten for months. So hopefully nobody was like, I didn't know there was a kitten. So yeah, Adzo should be showing up, and he's so cute. So I think that at the beginning, Fergus wrote something on an already written on piece of paper. What was on the back? Was it something that had been written to Jamie? Was it a Stephen Bonnet letter? Was it Claire's penicillin recipes, what was on the back, because they made a very noticeable choice to show Fergus taking the paper and like the ominous music that he had taken this paper off of the desk where there were other papers already written on. So I don't know, they didn't tell us what was on the back. That's not part of the book, so I have no idea what was on the back of that. I have no idea if anyone will ever find out that they're from the future, and that's my worry with that page is, what is it? Does it say anything about the future that will lead people to come back and get Claire? So anyway, that's where it leaves us. So next time on episode 4, it should be Jamie and Claire traveling with the baby, meeting up with the militia, and taking it from there and see where we go. So I'm not sad there wasn't regulators. I really don't like the regulator storyline. I've never liked it, especially that Murtaugh had Zed. I don't like that at all. There's nothing but trouble there. So, I guess we'll see what happens to them. But anyway, till next week. Bye-bye.